What criticisms have there been of playing with one striker?
자, 원,
Would we agree that if the team system and understanding is not good, one striker could get isolated?
그렇죠. 하여튼 뭐팀 내
Some people don't like to play with one striker
어떤 분들은
because of the fact that the striker can get isolated.
이
If we don't work hard at getting players into good supporting positions, we don't get enough goal-scoring opportunities.
특히 이 원톱을
Can be a problem with one striker.
원톱 승리.
Problem with two strikers,
자, 투톱을
we may get outnumbered in midfield.
미
We may find ourselves with less numbers in midfield,
미드필드에서
and we may lose the battle for possession.
그러다 보니까
There is no way in the Champions League or in a World Cup qualifier
월드컵 퀄리파이어
teams would now go away from home and play with two strikers.
특히
They would be worried about losing possession
볼 점유
because of being outnumbered in midfield.
미드필드에서 숫자.
So, playing with one striker, disadvantages.
자, 원톱을
Striker may get isolated.
자, 쓸까?
As we've already said, as somebody said, it may be difficult to transfer the ball and keep the
또
ball.
말씀하셨지만은 했을 때
We may create less goal-scoring opportunities,
그리고 득점
so we may score less goals.
득점 기회
Sometimes playing with one striker may be conceived as being negative.
그래서
So let's look now at the advantages.
이걸 해보죠. 자, 그러면
Let's consider advantages and disadvantages. There is a good picture about Van Nistelrooy and the point striker, the lone striker, about their
자, 원
thinking.
스트라이커 같은 원톱.
Holland play,
자, 네덜란드 선수
Netherlands either 3-4-3
3을 주로
or
쓰죠.
4-3-3.
아니면 4-3-3.
Here is a good clip. The ball is in there somewhere.
자, 볼이
That's Robin.
레알 마드리드에 뛰는
He is
선수들
making his way back there,
그리고 하여튼
back into his wide position, his winger's
사이드
position.
쪽으로 사이드로 움직이죠.
Remember what we said this morning about Van Nistelrooy offside.
아침 말씀드렸죠. 반
You see how it's affected him mentally.
준다는 겁니다. 자, 이렇게
All his colleagues look, they all want to look that way.
자,
But where are these two looking?
근데 이 두 선수가 보는 위치는 어디일까요?
So they should be looking that way.
자, 이
And he has broken the unit of defending.
그러다 보니까
Now, what Van Nistelrooy has to do is get the timing right when Holland win possession in there,
자, 홀로
and where does he then go?
나와서 이제 돌아 들어가는 것 같다가 시작이죠.
Yeah? And then these players, these two and this one as the most forward,
네.
would have to make sure that when they get possession, he is not isolated.
그래서
But that's a very good snapshot of the striker playing on his own up front.
하여튼 뭐
Okay, let's look at some of the advantages.
자,
For a back four, one striker can be problematic because we tend to leave him for somebody else.
그냥
It allows for more flexibility in your system. It means that you can have two wingers.
이 사이드
It also allows for the extra man in midfield. We said this morning about how important possession is.
오
So most coaches now think we will not get outnumbered in midfield. We
미드필드에서는
must win the battle for possession in midfield.
미드필드에서
And playing one striker allows that extra man in midfield.
그러면서 원톱
There was a fashion, a trend years ago to play with a back three.
이런 경향이 있습니다.
That allowed an extra man in midfield.
또 보호를 할 수가 있었죠.
But now very few teams play with a back three.
하지만
The
현재는
most successful with a back three over the years has probably been Germany.
아마
Played the sweeper system very well.
스위퍼 시스템을 잘 썼죠.
One striker also encourages some good opportunities to interchange.
그리고
Great example of the lone striker.
원톱에 아주
Drogba prefers to play on his own.
하죠. 이 선수가
And even though Chelsea have two very world-class centre forwards in Anelka and Drogba.
뭐 아날카 같은
A lot of the
선수죠.
time, Anelka is made to play wide in a wing position
이 아날카 선수가
because Drogba likes to play on his own.
드로그바가 원투.
What I want to look at now, and what we'll do down there, is how do we stop and how do we help the lone striker from becoming isolated? So we'll look at the lone striker, his movements in relation to the ball, and we'll look at
따라가지고요.
the players around him and how we help him.